That's a nice flower. Okay, that was spicy on my finger. Hello. My name is Colin Everett, and this is my testimony. I was born in Salem, Oregon in 1995, and my family became a missionary family when I was young, when I was about 5 years old, and we started traveling all over the West Side states in order to raise support from literally hundreds of churches to go to our intended mission field, which was Brazil. So when I was 11, we finally uprooted from Salem, Oregon, and moved to Brazil. I lived there from ages 11 to 19, which are pretty formative years. I can't really say that I lived there as a missionary. I mean, I did by name, but me personally, I was still very self-absorbed, self-important, self-aggrandizing in my behavior. It was all about me, and that led to, when I went to college, it became so easy to leave God behind, because after 19 years of Christian, homeschooled, missionary, sheltered life, I was so eager to not only leave God behind, but dive into the worldly curiosities that I had developed about substances and activities that are glorified on television that I wanted to dive into and experiment with. And little did I know that their experimentation would lead to 10 years of addiction, where I really never sought God. I didn't surrender any part of my life to God. I took it completely by the wheel and blamed Him when things would go wrong. Halfway through the 10-year addiction, God allowed something amazing into my life. He still blessed me. He never allowed my eyes to be closed to Him, and when He moved in my life, I had to recognize it as His provision. So this thing that He gave me was popularity online. On TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, just posting goofy, humorous videos of myself starting in the pandemic. I amassed almost 10 million followers, and it was so incredible to have that outreach through the means of comedy and see God still give me that, even though I wasn't glorifying Him in it. I was bearing rotten fruit in my personal life. I was broken in my addiction and cynical in my depression. I hated people, even though I was making videos for people. Really not. I was making videos for myself. I wanted the praise. I would sit in my room and get loaded and just make videos, and that became my income. That became my identity, my ego. My ego told me that I couldn't get a regular job because since I was world famous, I couldn't be seen working a regular job. So that's why my life started crumbling, was because I was demonstrating a shiny, happy-go-lucky version of myself to the world, when in my personal life, things were completely rotten and not going very well. So I lost my apartment, I lost my car, had a falling out with my family, all because my addictions, multiple of them, were consuming my focus, my time, and my finances. So 8 years into a 10-year addiction, I still had not admitted to myself that I had a problem. My family recommended that I go to Adult and Teen Challenge, which is a rehabilitation discipleship program that you can go to for a whole year. And I resented them for even suggesting the idea that I go. I didn't end up going until 10 months later, where I stepped into Adult and Teen Challenge for the first time, but there was so much about the program I didn't know. I didn't know it was a year long. I didn't know we had to work 25 hours a week at a thrift store, or that we had a ton of homework to do. So I didn't even last 2 months. I was out of there. I lived in a hotel for a month. My family wouldn't take me back. There was total radio silence on their end of things because they didn't support my lifestyle at all. So after 5 more months of living in the world and just causing more destruction and chaos, I stepped back into the doors of Adult and Teen Challenge. I've been here 7 months today, and it's just incredible to see how different my heart posture is now that it was more of my choice, with an understanding of how the program works, to step back in here. And both my feet are planted in this program as I'm determined to finish it and even possibly lead into an internship afterwards. As I dedicate my life now to Christ for the first time and dedicate my life to being a missionary now more than I was when I was actually a missionary by name. So that's my testimony in a nutshell, and I thank you for allowing me to share it. Thank you so much.